CCX Sports presents coverage of playoff boys basketball. Tonight, a Section 5 4A semifinal matchup between the number 3 seed, the Osseo Orioles, and the number 2 seed, the Champlin Park Rebels. From Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson and Ariel for tonight's game. Ryan, this is a great semifinal. We've seen these teams play many times, but often in the championship game. Tonight, they meet in the semifinals.
Yeah, pretty exciting. This is a high-quality matchup in the semis. You're right. We see these two teams a lot of times just battling to see who goes to the state tournament. But obviously, very, very experienced teams, very experienced coaches, and I expect this to be a very even matchup tonight.
Champlin Park with a one-game better record than Osseo, although the Orioles won the head-to-head matchup between these teams by 10 points back in January. So what do we look for tonight?
Well, I think you look at Champlin Park, John, they're on a 15-game winning streak, so they're playing as well as anybody in the state of Minnesota, and in that streak, they've beaten some very good teams, too, and they, beating Eden Prairie on that stretch, and I think they're playing extremely well. Josiah Strong is playing outstanding, averaging almost 23 points per game, and Bennett Otto is really a great supporting cast, almost 17 points a game. And on the flip side, you have Osseo, who's been solid all year long, had a little bit of a drop-off, but I think a big reason was that injury to Zach Tyson. He's back tonight, so you really don't know exactly how he's going to play, how he's going to fit in with Osseo, but that's what makes it a really good matchup.
Let's touch on our key players, and Ryan mentioned them both, starting with Osseo. Zach Tyson, his first start in over a month coming off an injury, but did play in the section quarterfinals against Irondale, and he's ready to go tonight.
Well, and injured his knee, and they actually were scared that it was worse than what it actually was. But we did their Osseo Maple Grove game, and you can see Osseo completely different when Zach's not in that lineup. He's such a phenomenal shooter, maybe one of the best I've ever seen at the high school level, and he's got range, and you can't help off of him. And what does that do? That opens up more space for Paige and the other slashers and drivers. So valuable. I'm not comparing him to Steph Curry, John, but his value to a team is similar in that you have to have an awareness on him, and it just opens up his teammates, makes his teammates better as well.
And for Champlin Park, a guy who's really had a great senior season, Josiah Strong, playing terrific basketball, coming off a 30-point night in the quarterfinals last week against Centennial.
Well, he's been exactly what they need him this year. Obviously, they graduated a heck of a lot of talent, and Josiah's come up, and this is his time, his year, and he's making the most of it. 23 points. He's had over 30 points numerous times this year, and it's just phenomenal. He's smart. He's strong. He can shoot. He can drive. He gets to the free throw line, and I love his leadership too. He stepped into a leadership role, and they needed that this year, and he's been rock solid. I think the key tonight, John, how does Osseo defend Josiah Strong? Because if they take him and limit him to 10 to 12 points, where is that other scoring going to come? And so far, I think every team knows that, but they haven't been able to do it. So how is Osseo going to defend him, and what does Champlin Park do to free him up and get him loose?
The winner goes to the section final Friday night at Rogers High School. Take time out and come back. Tip this one off. Osseo Champlin Park boys basketball next on CCX.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
21-6 Osseo, 22-5 Champlin Park, meeting in the Section 5 4A semifinals tonight at Maple Grove High School.
The Orioles from Osseo High School.
Let's go down to Ariel for our pregame report.
Guys, two of the better teams in the state, and for both of them, their confidence is peaking at the exact right time. For Champlin Park, Coach Tucksher says, you know what, we're very confident right now. We made it through a tough schedule, and we came out with a really good regular season record. He said at this point, we know what we're capable of doing, and we know who we are. Our confidence level, there is no question about it. For Osseo, Coach Tyson said their win 2 months ago by 10 points over Champlin Park gave them that early confidence that this team really needed. He said that win told us that we can sit here and play with any of the best teams in the state. So that confidence certainly carries through as they rematch tonight. Tyson also said essential for Osseo tonight, they have to keep Champlin Park to 60 points. If they're not able to do that, they're going to be in trouble, guys.
The theme of some of the games we've done lately is who can control tempo, right?
Yep. No, absolutely. And I think, too, with that, what goes along with that is, you know, you're getting Zach Tyson back. How good is he? How is he in game shape? How's his conditioning? Is he at full strength? Because if he is, you know, then Osseo becomes a really dynamic offensive team, I believe. I think without him, they struggle to score points. So if he's back at 100%, you know, and Allie said below 60 points, that's what the first matchup was.
Let's look at our starters for Osseo. Anthony Williams, 6'5" senior. Richard Mulba, 6'3" senior. Emmett Page, 6'2" senior, coming off a 35-point game against Irondale in the quarterfinals. Cornell Richardson, 5'9" sophomore, and Zach Tyson, a 6'2" senior, back into the starting lineup. And for the Champlin Park Rebels, Carlston McKenzie on the inside, a 6'8" senior. Cato Seeley, 6'4" junior. Josiah Strong, a 6'2" senior. Jared Walter, good outside shooter, 6'2" sophomore, and Bennett Otto, second leading scorer, 6'4" junior, rounds out the Rebels starting five.
Well, and I think, too, Zach Tyson's importance is not just his own stats, but you mentioned it, you know, Emmett Page with 35 points in that last game, he's better when Tyson's in the game because he gets one-on-one matchups. Defense has to stay home on the shooters, and they just get a better flow, and he gets easier lanes to the basket. And that's what great players do. They make the game easier for their teammates as well.
There's a look at Tim Tyson's 16th year as head coach, and look at the state tournament appearances that he's had, the state championship 6 years ago, and a team that chance for this team to get to state.
He's as consistent as they come, and he's done it with a lot of talent, as we've seen, and he's also done it when they haven't had as much talent. He just gets his guys, you know, and they got a great staff, and Neil Swanson as an assistant coach, and kind of an unusual start here. It looks like Osseo technical on Champlin. They get 2 points and the possession of the basketball to start the game.
Well, oftentimes that's a scorebook error or something that happened, and traveling whistled against Cheeky Okonkwo, who's actually in the starting lineup tonight. And so it's back over to Champlin Park. Mark Tucksher, 12th year as head coach. State runner-up in both 2015 and 17.
And much like Nick Schroeder, the Maple Grove head coach, I think they're two of their best coaching jobs ever. They lost a lot of talent with Mark Tucksher and Nick Schroeder, and they have their teams both on the verge of getting back to the state tournament. That's a testament to how good their coaching is.
First three-point shot of the night, not good by Strong, but Seeley gets the offensive rebound. The game that these teams played in January, Osseo really did a better job than Champlin Park on the boards. It's one thing the Rebels know they need to do better tonight to reverse the outcome.
Well, and neither one of these teams has great size as far as height, but they got some guys that are 6'4", 6'5", and big and strong. And Cato Seeley is one of those. He used his big body and able to finish, kept that ball up high, and got a really good putback to tie this game up.
Tyson, three-point shot, not good, and rebounded by Otto. Bennett Otto pushed the pace, slaps it off for Seeley, up for two more.
Well, great patience. You know, Bennett Otto, obviously a former quarterback, right? Hung in the air that time, and Seeley didn't stop. That's what you love when you guys are running the break, John. Get yourself in a position where you can score. And he got right on the block, able to catch and finish. That's a good side for Champlin. You're getting scoring outside of Bennett Otto and Josiah Strong.
Walter out defending Tyson. Okonkwo will hand off to Moba. And now it's Page. Curls around, drives down the lane. A little floater up, not good. Seeley with the board. Outlets to Otto left side.
Oh, what a pass.
Strong, thought about the three, starts to drive and then back out. Otto has it stolen right away from him by Moba. And Strong knocks it away from him. Good defense on both ends, and the Rebels have the ball back.
Well, that's a championship. That's a winning play right there. Josiah Strong sprinting back what would have been a sure layup. Instead, just great hustle. And that's that leadership, right? That's making that kind of a play. It's not always just scoring. It's hustle plays.
Another turnover in the paint this time on a pass. And it's back over to the Orioles. 4-2 Champlin Park. Tyson, another three. This one off the back iron. Comes down and put up and in, and we're tied up.
Well, nice offensive rebound, a good bounce there. And a lot of times jump shooters, you'll get those long rebounds. But I'll tell you what I liked, as I like to see Tyson coming off aggressive. Even though he missed that, it was a high ball screen. I think Champlin Park's got to do a better job of showing on that. You give Zach Tyson enough looks, he's going to knock him down.
Richardson on that last basket. Another turnover for Champlin Park. That's three already. Take away by Moba, and then the Osseo gives it right back. Otto 2-on-1 with Strong. Josiah Strong became the 6th player in Champlin Park history to eclipse 1,000 career points in the section quarterfinals.
Well, and you can see why. He's got such an explosive turn of foot. He gets a great job running out on the transition there. Gets an easy layup. Nice job. Bennett Otto, I've been very impressed. Hasn't scored, but he's distributed really nicely. And here's a look off the turnover. Bennett Otto. And what you love to see, especially for younger players, you see his eyes, John, always looking up. And he sees his teammates streaking down, and Josiah Strong knows how to finish.
6-4 Champlin Park leads. Played 3.5 minutes here in the first half. Page for three. Not good. Moba rebounds. Throws it back out top to Tyson. He'll set himself, and that one is good. It's a two-pointer, foot on the line.
And the early adjustment that you're going to have to see from Champlin Park, they are not closing out with urgency on Zach Tyson. And I want you to watch this. He catches this, John. Watch the defense actually back up. That's got to be that urgency. When he's got the ball, that's Cato Seeley's got to say, even though this isn't my guy, I'm staying here because I'm not letting Zach Tyson get going. I think they only gave him a two-pointer as well. I think his foot was on the line.
Yep.
Somewhere Rick Pitino's rolling his eyes. He always say that's the worst shot in all basketball.
Johnson Fala in for Osseo. Short baseline shot up and in, and Otto has his first basket.
Well, he plays with a really nice pace. You could see that he was open, didn't force it, shot fake, under control. Didn't rush his shot. That was just beautiful basketball.
Strong with the defensive board. Ahead to Seeley he goes. Back out. Otto open three. It's good.
I thought that play was made by Seeley. Did you see him recognizing he had a shooter on the outside? Didn't get a charge. Didn't try to do too much. Made the nice play. And Bennett Otto's off to a really good start in this game.
That one's off the mark. Another board for Otto and the Rebels. Walter couldn't save it.
Yeah, and you can see Bennett Otto's talking to him right there saying, keep going, you had a lane to the basket. And Jared Walter just kind of stopped there. Beautiful kick out Seeley. And Bennett Otto, he's really picked his scoring up. And I think a lot of that is, remember, John, he came into the year off that injury. And I think it took him some time to get his legs, get his conditioning. And now he's healthy. In the last, 15 to 20 games, he's been playing rock solid. Had some big scoring nights, too. And really a playmaker, kind of does it all for this Champlin Park team.
Deontay Ferguson out of the ball for a moment on the wing, number 32. And Tyson gets it, and we get a foul. Going to be against Moba. Trying to set a screen and picks up his first foul.
Yeah, and those are the kind of fouls as a coach you're okay with, because you're trying to screen, get a good screen. You're trying to get a teammate open for a shot. It's tricky. You can't move. You got to be set when you set those screens.
Alex John in on the block, gets it back out. Josiah Strong for three.
Well, that's just beautiful offense inside out. And if I'm Osseo, I am not collapsing at all. I'm making John beat me with post moves. You could see he's looking for that defense to collapse, and he kicks it out. Josiah Strong, again, showing his versatility. He can get to the basket. He's also a very good three-point shooter.
8-point Champlin Park lead. Tyson lost the ball. John tipped up in the air. They get it to Otto. Up and in.
Well, that time I thought Zach Tyson, that it looked like there was a foul. There's a timeout. There was definitely contact. You could see. I want you to watch Zach Tyson here. As soon as that ball was set, he was looking at the referees thinking, hey, is that a foul? You got to get back on defense. And Bennett Otto, nice job, good body control, and able to finish. He's got 7 early points. And how about this start for Champlin Park?
Look at the Section 5 bracket. All of the higher seeds really did not win easily. I mean, the Park Center score and even the Osseo score a little bit deceiving. That Osseo game was tied at halftime. Champlin Park had a 20-point lead at one point against Centennial. Cougars got it down to 3. Park Center struggled early, although it did end up winning by 21. And we'll see the Pirates in action against Spring Lake Park later here on CCX in the second semifinal.
Well, in my opinion, John, it's arguably one of the toughest sections in all of high school basketball. I really believe that. Park Center, obviously the 1 seed, had a tremendous year, but Osseo and Champlin Park, if you were to put them in any other section, those coaches would not be too thrilled about it, because either one of these teams could make it to the state tournament, and not only make it, but have some success in it as well. It's a deep section. And again, I think if you talk to Coach Tyson or Coach Tucksher, they would rather be challenged in that opening round. It gets you sharper, it gets you some close game experience, and it gets you good momentum as you head into the next round of the playoffs.
Strong gets a hand in, knocks it out of bounds.
Substitution for the Rebels. Cale Seeley, number 1.
Tyson will inbound, gets it into Page. That's early with Page, no points so far. Work the perimeter, Mulba in on the block. Tyson has to come back out with him. Good interior defense that time by Kelvin Tappa.
Well, I like what Tappa's doing. He's not even looking at the ball. He has no help responsibility. He is sticking to Zach Tyson, trying to deny him the ball, and no open looks for him. Beautiful box out, too, by John.
John's got it to give it back to Josiah Strong. Strong headed to the Naval Academy next year.
It's a great fit for him. Obviously, very high-level basketball, but great education, too, and beautiful driving kick.
Seeley for 2 on the assist from Strong. Tyson trying to go baseline and threw it away. Picked off by Otto. And Otto gets fouled coming up court by Ferguson.
Well, nice job, Champlin Park defense. You use the baseline as another defender. There's just no room down there. And the only pass available a lot of times, John, is that skip pass along the baseline. Champlin Park closed that down beautifully. And I'll tell you what, offensively they're hitting, and defensively they've been phenomenal here to start the game.
Otto to Seeley on the wing. On the block. John gets to the basket. Missed the dunk. And they tie up for the jump ball.
Well, you love the aggressiveness, right? I mean, good move. Kind of an easy move. I think John thought that was a little bit easier than what he was expecting, and that's where you just want to get the 2 points, though, too. Instead of something spectacular, just get the 2 points. But a beautiful move. And if he's able to score down there, it really opens up the Champlin Park offense.
Rebels do keep the ball in the alternate possession. Strong in and out, but John rebounds and kicks it back out to Strong. To Otto. Seeley left corner traveled. Cornell Richardson in now for Osseo, number 21.
Well, even though that resulted in a turnover, beautiful ball movement. Good offensive rebound by Alex John, and that ball swung from one side all the way over to the other. And Seeley just moved his feet a little bit before he put the dribble down.
Here's Mulba trying to get the pass and missed on it, and went to Seeley's hip.
Well, he did a good job there, looking for a back door, and Seeley just kept his man above him and was there expecting the back door.
Otto goes baseline with the pass, back out to Bennett Otto. In some traffic, little fadeaway up and in.
I mean, again, how about that pace, John? Just nice shot fake, under control. There's another turnover by Osseo.
It's not been a great start, to say the least, for Osseo.
No, but watch the control he gets here. Looks, and then that little fadeaway. You know, kept his footwork beautifully, didn't travel, didn't rush his shot. A lot of times you make a quick move and you end up taking a quick shot. I always say you want to play quick but not fast. And he slowed down, took a great shot. He's had a heck of a start to this game.
Seeley into the paint, picks up his dribble, in a little trouble. Finds John, had it stripped away, and Moba ends up with the ball. Osseo's got to get some offense going. They got 6 points in the board, but 2 of them, you remember, came before we started the game on the technical for Champlin Park. So they have just 2 baskets so far in 8+ minutes. Yeah, Emmett Page, they need to get him something going to the basket. Let him get a layup or a free throw, something where he can get his confidence going. Moba, a little turn, and he gets fouled by Strong. We'll go to the line for 2. Anytime a team is struggling, I always say get something easy, get something going to the basket. If you can draw a foul here. They actually called on John, excuse me. Yeah, and you can see he definitely got Mulba on the elbow there. And sometimes it's just for whatever reason, John, when a team gets to the free throw line, and that's not a good one. But if you can make a free throw, everyone kind of relaxes. You can get, maybe you get a full court press, something different out of it, but you want to see that ball go into the basket. And even if it's a free throw, sometimes that can be the ignition that really jump starts an offense. Walter and McKenzie back in, and also Jawan Grant, number 0, 6-foot junior, for the first time tonight. Alba relaxes on that second one, also off and rebounded by Seeley. 20-6, Champlin Park, nearing the halfway point of the first half. Well, Coach Tyson, you know, Allie mentioned it. They wanted to keep Champlin Park in the, under 60. And obviously, so far, we're just, not even halfway into the first half. They already have 20. So defensively not doing the job. And, of course, with only 6 points on offense, they got to get something going to the rim. Richardson, he gets that shot to drop in among the trees. And the 5'9" sophomore gets the hoop. Much needed basket for Osseo. See if that gets them on a roll. Good defense, playing without fouling. That was a tough shot and a nice finish by the youngster. Strong to Grant. Back to Josiah Strong. He'll let it fly from the corner. Not good. Rebounded by Grant. To Seeley, up. Offensive foul. Really nice play. That's what I love about Richard Mulba. Just complete team player that time. Sacrificed his body. Not an easy thing when you got Cato Seeley, who was a big, strong kid. But watch number 14 in your screen. Just get set there. Beautiful play. And that's where on offense, if you're Cato Seeley, that's the old jump stop, right? Straight up and straight down. He could have had a little 3-footer. But anytime you're moving forward like that, that's a really heads-up play by Mulba to try to draw that offensive foul. Zach Tyson. And had the ball much in his hands lately, Ryan, in the last several possessions. Well, one thing with Zach Tyson, he's such a phenomenal shooter. I'd love to see him utilize that shot fake and go to the basket a little bit more. I think he could do it. It's a little screen there, but then Walter pops back out on him. Inside it goes. Okonkwo up and in. Beautiful spin move and got a good layup. I like what Osseo's doing. They're getting everything at the basket, getting a couple of easy layups here the last few possessions. And just like that, they're only down 10. And if there's anything you know about Osseo, it's they're going to come back and they're going to fight. Walter comes up short. Osseo outrunning. Tyson out to Page. Mulba turns. Almost lost the ball, now does. It's taken away by the Rebels into the hands of Strong in the front court. Trying to take Tyson off the dribble, then comes back out with it. Well, that'll test the knee in a hurry, guarding Josiah Strong one-on-one, and nice job by Tyson. Strong, good look at it, but shot won't go. Here comes Osseo. Richardson to the basket. Beautiful move. See how he kept that dribble low as he split the defenders and kind of did that old up and under. Beautiful job. Walter's 3, not good. Rebounded by McKenzie and one. Big basket for Champlin Park as they stop the 6-0 run by Osseo with that hoop.
Carlston McKenzie, 6'8", big body, and he just did a great job of just going after that ball, and then he kept it up high. Watch him when he rebounds this, John. Watch him keep the ball up high right there. And when Page tries to slap at it, there's nothing there but arm. And that's a big basket for Champlin Park because the last few possessions have been empty, and Osseo slowly starting to creep back into this game. So a big bucket by McKenzie.
McKenzie comes off with his free throw try. Back to a 10-point game. Just under 7 minutes to go in the half. Tyson, open three. Not good. Nobody grabbed the rebound right away. Finally, Tampa.
Well, great box out by Champlin Park. Got a good look for Osseo that time, and for Tyson, that's a shot he normally is going to knock down.
Otto just barely got it back to Walter. And Champlin Park will take timeout. I don't think they've liked what they've seen the last several possessions.
Well, kind of the difference here the last few possessions, Champlin Park settling for outside shots. Early on in the game, they got great ball movement. They knocked a couple threes down, but they got a lot going to the basket. And on the flip side for Osseo, they were settling for a lot of perimeter shots. And there's a look at the three-point shots. 0 for 6 for Osseo and 2 for 6 for Champlin Park. I think both teams are better served if they can attack the basket. And if you're Osseo, you got to be pleased. You're down 10 only. You got 0 points so far from Emmett Page and a couple of, what is Zach Tyson? I think he's got.
Well, the 2 technical free throws in the basket.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, he's got 2 points. He's got 4 total. But, yeah, they've done it without their 2 major scorers hitting very many shots. So I think you're Osseo, that's what you're saying. Hey, we can't be any worse than we've been. We're only down 10. Everyone take a deep breath, and we're fine. We're right into this game.
Otto, really double team, gets it in the hands of McKenzie. He'll attack. Missed a little short shot inside and rebounded by Osseo. Orioles back into the front court.
Well, both McKenzie and Alex John, I think, surprised at how easy they were getting good looks at the basket for layups there. There's a big three for Marcus Page, and he gets in the scoring column, and that was a big shot. Emmett Page, yeah, Marcus Page. Thinking of college basketball with all the March Madness, John.
22-15. Champlin Park's biggest lead, 12, down to 7, and traveling on strong. John back in, replacing McKenzie.
Let's see if that last three gets Emmett Page going a little bit. He's a streaky scorer, and he can get hot. He can put up some big numbers in a hurry here. Hit that first three, see if that gives him a little confidence, and see if he's able to shake free and put a little streak together here.
Tyson back out top. Richardson has got 6 points in this first half. Back into the hands of Page. 5 minutes to play, first half. Here comes Richardson driving. Oh, and then didn't have anyone to go to. Page moved. Nice little step in and layup for Tampa.
He just beautiful body control, and I think the Osseo crowd was thinking he might have taken an extra step. That was that old Euro step, and just to get that shot off without having contact or drawing a charge. Beautiful play and a nice finish.
2 points off of a turnover for Champlin Park.
Well, that's kind of been the surprising thing. Osseo normally takes such good care of the basketball. We've seen a couple of kind of, unforced turnovers, and there's another almost one. And Kelvin Tappa, his defense has been phenomenal tonight, whether he's guarding Tyson or if he's guarding Emmett Page. But there's a kick out, and again, just not leaving their good scorers and heads up play, and watch him just avoid beautiful body control and finish with the left hand.
Johnson follows. Back out top. Page with it. Left side. Page. Drive on Tappa. Tough shot hit the side of the basket. And we get a foul on Osseo. On Okonkwo trying to get the offensive board.
Nice drive, but I thought a very, very well defended by Tappa that time. And again, just not a good angle for Emmett Page to get that shot off. The where he shot that from almost looked like it was behind the backboard. That's a tough angle, especially for a lefty on the left side like that. So excellent defense by Champlin Park.
Nine-point lead in the basketball for the Rebels. Inside, John able to score.
And again, I just think they're surprised at how easy they're going hard to their right.
Page gets fouled.
And that's Emmett Page right there. That's what he does. So quick in transition. And he's got this great uncanny ability to draw fouls. Excellent job. But getting back to Alex John, he's going hard over his left shoulder to his right side and just meeting no resistance and does a nice job of forcing. There's a missed free throw. And I'm telling you, John, if Champlin Park can get some of those easy inside baskets, the defense is going to start to have to collapse. And that's when Josiah Strong and the rest of their gang can really get some good looks from three.
Page does get the second one. Back to a 10-point game. Walter into the paint. Out to Grant. Hands off for Otto. Open. Grant three. Rims out. Ball tipped out to Strong. And the Rebels keep it alive. Otto trying to strip through some traffic. Had the ball stripped from him. And the Orioles have it. Tyson open three. Comes up short. Rebound and a foul on Champlin Park. On Walter, that'll be his second. So he'll come out. Tappa back in. 16 fouls now on the Rebels. Tyson inbounding to Page. And knocked away by Strong into the backcourt.
And again, you just see no room, John, right? Tyson doesn't have an inch when he's catching the ball. Their game plan is to get up and force Tyson into being a dribble driver.
Tappa again right defensively on Page, who drives, little contact up and in on the shot.
What a hard shot. You know, he's got great strength for not being that big, 6'2", but not very thick. But man, does he know how to finish? And you saw him move that ball from one side to the other. Took a little bit of contact, still able to finish.
Another easy two inside for John.
I'll tell you what, did that not remind you of his brother, right?
Yeah, right.
Theo John, that was a great move. Just got great position, used that strength, and powered right up to the rim. Beautiful job. And, you know, Alex John having a very, very good first half. And he's got 4 points, only averages 6 on the year. So he's well off to getting over his average.
Emmett Page, we're down to a minute 45 to play in the quick moving first half. Page three, good look, but didn't get it to go. Grant rebounds.
And those are so frustrating for a shooter. You see him, it looks good, it's halfway down, and then it rims out, and you're thinking, man, what do I got to do? I shot that perfectly.
Grant looking for a little movement. Now Otto pops out for the ball. Grant into John again. Spins. Almost an and one, but he'll go to the line for two.
Well, I love his counter move that time. Everything we've seen has been going to the right. That time they overplayed that. Watch him spin back to the middle of the lane right here, and there's just no help there. And I just love the aggressiveness. Alex John has been very, very aggressive, and we saw Carlston McKenzie as well down low being aggressive. And if they can continue that and get production out of that, it's going to be really hard to guard this Champlin Park team.
One more coming for the junior. That one up and in. Still Alex John, 5 first half points off the bench. The lead back up to 12. Sorry, 6 points for John, yeah. And a both. Here's Tyson for a three. Short. And the ball comes out to Strong with
nice
Donato. Up and
Nice
in.
pass. How about Josiah Strong? Just leading his teammate Benedetto, goes and gets it, and then that was not an easy finish. Having to finish on the opposite side with your left hand like that. That was big.
40 seconds to play. Biggest lead of the game. And we get an offensive foul on Osseo.
I think they're going to get a moving screen that time, and that's how Emmett Page was able to get freed up. But look at this lead ahead pass, and watch the finish here. Not an easy. You got to get that left arm way extended. You got to put the right kind of spin on it too. Beautiful finish by Benedetto, who's had a great first half, and he's got 11 points.
They're going to hold for one, it looks like. Under 30 to go.
You know, it looked like Osseo was slowly kind of getting back into this game, had it cut down to 9. And I like the response by Champlin Park here, getting it back up to 14.
Grant attacks the basket. Oh, and a flush on the follow through. Oh, the ball they're going to call offensive goaltending, which is a terrible call.
That is a terrible call. That ball was clearly off the rim here. Nice drive here, but I want you to watch where the ball is. Oh, that was half of a foot away.
Tyson short on the three, and comes to end at halftime. Mark Tuchscher still really upset about that bad call, but he'll take solace in the fact that his team's up 14 at halftime.
Oh yeah, you're very pumped, but you get a big momentum play like that, a tip dunk, going into half, you could be up 16, or 16, almost doubling the score of Osseo that time. And let's take a look. I love this. This will be a good camera angle because we'll get to see where that ball is. Oh, that's terrible. That's an absolutely terrible call. That was definitely short and to the side. I thought, if anything, that was going to maybe be an over-the-back foul.
Yeah.
But to call that offensive goaltending, that's a poor call.
32-18, our halftime score. Champlin Park leads Osseo. We'll take a break, come back. More section semifinal basketball from Maple Grove High School after this timeout.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson, Ali Arlt at Maple Grove High School, Section 5 4A semifinals tonight. In our first game, Champlin Park leading pretty much all the way, and they're up by 14 at halftime, 32-18. So look at first half highlights. Really, Champlin Park able to get a lot of points inside, either in transition like that or just inside baskets. There's another one. Otto with another assist. Benedetto that time to Josiah Strong for 2.
Well, Benedetto, besides being a great playmaker, also had 11 points, so he was phenomenal. And here's the one perimeter shot that Tyson got free from, was able to knock down. And Osseo only 1 for 11 from three-point land, so just not converted on some of those perimeter shots. On the flip side, there's Benedetto with 3 of his 11 first-half points, and like I said, he was phenomenal. Here was the other plus, too, John, was I really liked the play of Alex John. That time he dished it, but he was very effective down low, and that time got it out to his teammate for a nice three-point shot.
Cato Seeley able to score off the assist from Josiah Strong there. And good pass inside here. Chiki Okonkwo scoring his only basket of the first half. Orioles really struggled to get much going offensively. Cornell Richardson did have 6 points. Nice move to the basket there to score.
Well, and he really kind of provided that spark there during the middle of the half that got Osseo back into the game. And here's Emmett Page with his first basket of the game, a nice three-point shot.
Page with the 1 3-pointer, the only 3 they made. Then a turnover here by
watch the footwork
Osseo.
here.
And a great move to the basket and the finish by Tappa. And then Strong with the assist. Benedetto with the layup. As we look at our first half scoring leaders, Page and Richardson 6 each, Tyson 4, Benedetto 11 to lead Champlin Park. Seeley and John 6 points apiece. You don't see Josiah Strong on that page. He's got 5.
Well, and the difference is you look at Emmett Page and Zach Tyson. I mean, they average 43 points between the two of them, and combined they only have 10 in the first half. So they got to get those two going, and they got to be up in that middle teens to low 20s for Osseo to be able to score and keep up with Champlin Park.
We found out at halftime what the technical foul was for beginning of the game. It was not an inadvertent entry in the scorebook, but a dunk in pregame, which is not allowed by Champlin Park. One of the referees saw it and cost Champlin Park 2 points.
Yeah, and you just can't do it. As fun as it is to dunk in warm-ups, you got to be smarter than that, especially in the playoffs.
Let's go down to the sideline, and here's Allie.
Coach, that was atypical Osseo basketball in the first half, but what did you like about their effort, if any?
You know what, we're outsized, outmanned. We even got out-coached that first half. We got to step up a little bit more. I don't think we'll ever shoot that bad from the perimeter, but we got one more half to give it our all.
How do you guys develop more of a rhythm in the second?
Well, credit Champlin Park's defense. They've taken us out of rhythm. We'll set up a couple new plays this second half to see if we can get our shooters free.
A lot of basketball left, Coach.
There is. Thanks.
Good luck, guys.
And we've seen Osseo do that in the past, and he's a great coach, got a great coaching staff, and if any team can do it, it's certainly Osseo, although he mentioned it, Champlin Park really did defend them well.
They did, and you asked me when we were off camera there for halftime, what did I think was going to happen? There's a look at those shooting numbers: 1 for 11 from 3, 7 for 20 total. And on the flip side, look at Champlin Park, 60% from the field goal. But I always like these first couple minutes of the second half when a team's really been thoroughly outplayed. And a team as well respected, as well coached as Osseo is. I expect these first couple minutes to really dictate what's going to happen in the second half.
You get the opening possession. Okonkwo gets it inside from the pass from Moba. And the Orioles get the first 2 points.
Well, another sign of a really good team is why fight what the defense is trying to take away? If there's other avenues that you can get easy baskets, and that time Osseo's had success going down low and having some of their secondary scorers get good looks at the basket, and there's a turnover. And this is exactly the kind of start you knew Osseo was looking for. But you know what I'm saying, John? Why fight? If they're going to take away Zach Tyson, don't work and try to, force him into getting tough shots. If they're going to really focus on Emmett Page and make it hard, let some of these other guys who are getting easier looks, let them take off and see if they can get a couple of easy baskets.
Page will give it back out high. It's Richardson into the hands of Zach Tyson. Richardson out near the half-court stripe. Tyson is open in the corner and gives up on the pass. Now it's Page with it. Drives on Seeley to the basket, and we get a foul.
That was a great fake, like he was going to use that screen to the middle of the floor, went baseline. Watch this quick foot, and then does a nice job. Again, he takes contact and almost able to get that finish off as well. But a great start for Osseo here in the second half.
Fouls on McKenzie, his first, as Page knocks down the free throw.
The other thing you tell your team is, you're down, now you're down 11, but 16 minutes left to play. I mean, that's so much time, and you can't get a 16-point shot in one possession. You just chip away at it, and already there's 4-0, and they got it down to 10 points here. You just win possession by possession.
Seeley into the hands of Josiah Strong. Long in that three. They shot the three very well against Centennial, but they struggled a little more here tonight. Page takes it to the basket. He'll go to the line for 2 more.
Well, you see, go right in the chest of McKenzie there, drawing the contact. And that's what you do when you're going into a shot blocker. You go right into the chest. You eliminate their arms, and you're going to get that call more often than not. And this is exactly the kind of start Osseo wanted, and they're starting to get Emmett Page going as well.
Missed in the first free throw.
You know, as well as Champlin Park has defended, I think Osseo's done a really nice job on Josiah Strong as well. I mean, he's gotten some looks, but they've been tough shots and contested shots. He hasn't gotten a whole lot other than a couple transition baskets that you know, really he's had to work for every opportunity.
Player averaging 22 a game, or just under 21, I should say, and he's got just 5 tonight. Seeley inside gets it. Not good. Follow-up by McKenzie and blocked out of bounds from behind, and that was Richardson who came up from behind him and knocked it away.
Well, that's a good feeling when you're 5'10" and you block a guy that's 6'8". Obviously, McKenzie didn't see him coming, but still, good effort that time by Osseo.
Tough shot for Strong. Almost got it to go down. Not good, but chipped out by McKenzie, and the Rebels get another try at it, and then Seeley gonna get a turnover. Now we're going to call a foul on Champlin Park.
Ooh, that's
Seeley
3
picks
on
up
Seeley.
the foul.
Yeah.
It's his 3rd.
Well, I think that's a big loss. Seeley's been pretty effective here tonight. Nice job defensively, but also converted some nice baskets on offense too. Now he's going to have to sit with that 3rd early foul.
Tappa back in. Tyson. Nice little fake, and then gets himself open and hits a 3.
Came off a nice little staggered double screen on the baseline shot fake. If you're a great shooter, there's no more powerful weapon than a shot fake. Defense flies by, he's able to hit it, and everything going the right way for Osseo.
Walter in some trouble, had it knocked away, but into the hands of Strong. 8-0 run for Osseo to begin half number 2. 6-point Rebels lead. This is as close as Osseo's been in a while. Strong into the hands of Benedetto. No points yet for Champlin Park to start this second half. Walter, and he gets fouled by Page.
Well, watch this shot fake too by Zach Tyson. You can see him coming on the baseline, shows the ball, and then just a nice job taking that side step, creating enough space. And you heard his dad, Coach Tyson, say, you know, I don't know if we've ever shot that bad in our life. We're certainly not going to do it again.
Strong dishes for McKenzie, and Champlin Park on the board in the second half.
Yeah, beautiful pass. Richard Mulba trying to take a charge there. And the referees, I think, let it go because there was quite a bit of contact before that. A beautiful play, a much needed basket for Champlin Park.
Tyson was open just briefly. Yeah. Knocked out of bounds by McKenzie, defending Page.
What I would love to see that time is Zach Tyson, great shot fake. You get the defender up in the air, shoot it, get the contact. You get 3 free throws out of it. Again, another unselfish play by Josiah Strong. Again, Osseo collapsing on him, making it really hard for him. Excellent pass.
Tyson, left corner. He'll dribble it back out. 14.5 minutes. A lot of basketball to play here in this second half. The winner will play either Park Center or Spring Lake Park in the section final Friday at Rogers High School. Inside, Tyson gets it blocked. Oh, they're going to call foul. Did the ball hit?
No, they got a foul.
They did get a foul on Tampa.
Well, nice cut that time. I couldn't see if it was off a back screen or just a backdoor cut. But Zach Tyson found himself wide open underneath, and it looked like there was contact on top of the head there. And Tampa tried to make a good recovery. And that's a good sign if you're Osseo. You get a shooter who just hit a 3 a couple possessions earlier, now going to the free throw line, seeing that ball go in the rim. Those are very, very good rhythm builders for good shooters.
Lead back down to 6. Strong drive to the basket. Tampa gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Tampa's got a pretty quick first step, doesn't he, John? That time just ripped through hard to the baseline and just no help. I think he was surprised to see that there was no help there, and looked like Mulba was coming over. I'm just such a fan of Richard Mulba too. He's only 6'3", but he plays like he's about 6'7", 6'8", and just does kind of all the dirty work for Osseo.
Alex John in, Carlton McKenzie out.
Well, let's see if Champlin Park continues what they did in the first half of going down to Alex John. He was very effective getting some low post scoring.
Tampa gets the second one. Rebels lead is 7. Good crowd on hand for this one. We get a foul before the shot by Tyson. There's a foul on Champlin Park on Walter.
And Walter, instead of going around the screen, watch him. He's going to try to go right through the screen. And a little acting job too, I think, by Mulba. And if you're Osseo, you're almost saying don't fall. He doesn't fall. That was a good clean look for Tyson, and he made it, even though the basket obviously won't count. That's where if you're guarding Zach Tyson, you can't go through screens. You got to trail Zach, and here's going to get another open look.
Tyson free, and now he's in the rhythm. He's got another three-pointer.
How he's able to get free from a defender, I don't know. If I'm a defender, I am trailing him. I'm not allowing myself to get screened. You just can't leave him any space. He is that good of a shooter. And clearly he has found his rhythm here in the second half. Little misdirection play and another baseline screen. He's at 2 now from that right corner. And he's starting to feel it. He had in a couple of free throws too. He's in a great rhythm right now. And exactly the kind of start I told you was going to maybe happen, didn't I, at halftime?
Absolutely did.
I expect Osseo to come out and make this a game and do it in a hurry, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, it didn't take them long. What, 4 minutes and 19 seconds, and they've got the lead from 14 down to 4.
Well, and really the difference is defensively. Champlin Park was so locked in that first half. You saw Zach Tyson, every time he caught it, there was a defender right up in his grill, in his space. And this half, he's been able to shake free, running some baseline screens. And Coach Tyson said, we got some new sets we're going to implement. We'll see how we, if we're able to get our shooters some good looks. For Champlin Park, defensively, you got to be locked in on Zach Tyson. Make somebody else beat you.
Just one basket and one free throw for Champlin Park so far here in the second half. You got to get this guy going. Josiah Strong is fouled. I think before the shot, they're going to say.
And I don't like that call before the shot. I think they're shooting. If that was college or the NBA, they would say that's definitely in the act of shooting. In high school and youth basketball, they seem to always count that as being on the floor.
Otto able to beat the 5-second count, inbounding to Strong, then back to Bennett Otto. Otto shot up, not good. Rebounded by Okonkwo.
Good defense. That's a shot that Bennett Otto made in the first half. Great pace. He got a good look. Yeah, I think that was his first miss of the game, actually, to be honest with you.
Page trying to go through a lot of bodies and then traveling, whistled on Okonkwo.
The other thing that you think about, too, when you're in the playoffs and you start to get in a tight game is you feel the tension, John, on every possession, and you wonder if that affects certain kids versus others. That time Bennett Otto, that's a shot he made at will in the first half when it was kind of free-flowing. Now that it's tighter in the second half and it really matters.
Down low they go. Oh, and John not able to finish and gets tied up.
Oh, you got to finish that, big fella. Great job. Nice pause there. The defenders went by. Really uncontested at the rim. That's where you got to finish it.
Otto into Strong. Out to Tampa. Bennett Otto, one dribble to the hands of Grant. Turnover Champlin Park. Richardson to the basket. Can't get it to go. Ball tipped out. Back into the hands of Richardson, and Osseo will reset. Tyson to Richardson. Entry pass. Okonkwo up over John, who rips away the defensive board, and then I get a foul on Okonkwo.
Nice job by Alex John. That time I thought he contested that shot beautifully, and then not only did he block it or contest it, but watch him go get the rebound right after, too. Very nice job. This is where you got to be careful, right, when you start swinging those elbows after the whistle is blown.
Foul on Okonkwo is his third. He'll stay in the game. Strong. Been pretty quiet tonight so far. Lost the ball, picks it back up. He double dribbled, yeah. I thought so.
Well, wasn't the ball deflected, though?
We had a player between us and
where it was,
so I couldn't tell.
If that ball was hit, he has a right to resume dribbling again then.
I thought he had just lost it.
No,
but
maybe it could be.
Didn't seem to put up much of a fight after the call. Here's Richardson. Page open left side. It's good.
Well, how about Champlin Park that time going to a 2-3 zone defense?
Grant's pass. Tampa able to corral it, and a foul on Osseo.
Well, they're going to get Page. That's going to be his third foul. It'll be interesting to see if Osseo keeps him in, but Champlin Park interestingly went to a 2-3 zone defense, and of course you got to know where Emmett Page is and where Zach Tyson is. That time Emmett Page just needed a little bit of a sliver of room, and he's got a nice little rhythm going. He's got 12 points now.
Otto just got it in again. Here goes Alex John, this time able to finish.
I can tell you, if they can keep going to that, and he can keep going strong over his left shoulder to the right side, there's no one on Osseo lengthwise that can defend that. And that was a big-time basket, a much-needed basket for Champlin Park.
Rebels lead up to 3. They were led by 14 at halftime. Here's Page, the guy capable of tying it with one shot. Great dish off for Mulba.
That was beautiful, beautiful pass. Emmett Page almost lost his balance, still able to flick it up, and a nice job. And Mulba knows how to finish too. Beautiful job. Watch Page almost falling down, no look pass, and you get it up over the outstretched arms of Alex John. Nice play.
Osseo takes a timeout.
And we got ourselves a ball game, JJ.
We do. This is what we expected right from the start.
It's just, isn't it? I mean, that's what's kind of great about sports is it looks like it's two different teams here in the second half. I mean, Champlin Park was so dialed in that first half. You know, looked like it could be a 30-40 point game, and here comes Osseo second half. I mean, looked like a different team offensively, shooting the ball really well, taking care of the ball, and now they're defending. And we saw 1 for 11 at halftime. Guess what they are in the second half?
3 for 5 by my math.
3 for 3.
Well, 3 for 3. You're right. They were 1 for 11, not 1 for 9.
Came out hitting their shots, and on the flip side, Champlin Park not shooting as well in the second half. Missed a couple of layups. And here's the other key. Josiah Strong has just not gotten going offensively, at least scoring-wise for Champlin Park. And we talked about Emmett Page and Zach Tyson. I said they'd have to be in the teens to low 20s. They're both already in double figures, 12 points apiece, with most of that coming in the second half.
First 7 minutes of play, no points for either Strong or Benedetto.
Yep.
Top 2 scorers for the Rebels. A great start to the second half, and now it's anybody's ball game with 11 minutes to go.
Well, I'll tell you why this is a big possession, because even though, you know, all the momentum's on Osseo, John, Champlin Park still has the lead, and you want to keep that lead. You know, they're up by 1. If they can get a score, you kind of feel like, okay, we're still okay. As soon as you lose that lead, that's when you start worrying.
Ball into the hands of Tampa. Went in briefly to John Tyson. Steps in front of the pass. Gets the steal behind the back. Pass for Page with a layup.
Well, I think he was trying to go to Cornell Richardson on that one. It was a little bit behind him, but a nice job, Emmett Page. And Zach Tyson with great defense and beautiful vision. And guess what? Osseo's got the lead.
38-37 Orioles. Strong out to Seeley. Open as Otto briefly steps inside of Tyson. 2-point shot, not good. And we get a foul on Osseo inside. It looks like it might be an Okonkwo, and that'll be his 4th.
Oh, watch this defensive play here. Tyson, look at that vision, those eyes behind the back of the head. And look at Page is fired up. Nice layup. He gets his teammate a bucket. Osseo fired up. Their fans are fired up. And just like that, they've erased a 14-point halftime deficit. And they didn't waste much time either. They did it here. There's still over 10 minutes left to play.
Strong's jumper not good. Rebounded inside. John can't get it to go.
Man.
Good look, and boy, they're missing some close-in shots that I'm sure normally fall for them. Brent Tardif came in at that last whistle, excuse me, for Okonkwo.
You're talking point-blank layups.
Yes.
I mean, not defended at all. That was a point-blank, the second one of the half that Alex John has missed.
Mulba, a little spin move, nowhere to go for him though, and he turns it over. Here's Seeley. Seeley attacking at it, knocked away. Nice play by Richardson. Starts back Osseo the other way. Page trying to save it back inbounds. Does to Mulba. Back out. Tyson 3. Not good. When you expected that to go down, didn't you? The way things have gone this half. Strong in some trouble. Tampa can't save it. Another Champlin Park turnover. And they're playing much like Osseo did for
sloppy,
a lot of the first
sloppy
half.
And some bad, careless turnovers. And I think, was that Mulba that had the pass out to Tyson? What a beautiful pass. Probably could have forced a layup instead. Recognized he's got a great shooter who's in a great rhythm. And to your point, John, I fully expected Zach Tyson to bury that. And Champlin Park very fortunate to get out of there with no scoring on that play.
Richardson to Tyson. Richardson will look left side this time. Gets it to Page in a lot of traffic. Shot not good. Gets his own rebound. Ball tipped away out of bounds. Off of Osseo. The Orioles looking for a foul there. That's off of Mulba and over to Champlin.
Well, and I like what the referee was showing there at the end, and I thought the same thing. Champlin Park just had their arms straight up. And if you go into the contact on that, that's not a foul. It's when those arms extend down or the defender is coming into your space. I thought that was very well defended by Champlin Park.
Here's Josiah Strong trying to break his player down on the dribble. Tough shot up
man.
Maybe that will get Strong going.
Not only did he have to beat his defender, but there was two guys in help ready to help. And oh, look at that beautiful move. And Cornell Richardson's having himself a game too.
Osseo back up by 1.
But Josiah Strong's basically having to make 3-4 moves to get a good look at the basket. That was an excellent move that he had last time down.
Seeley back out to Strong. 40-39 Osseo. Strong for 3. Long, but rebounded by Alex John. Offensive foul.
Yeah, there's Mulba again, his second charge drawn in the ball game. And I thought the only difference on that one, Alex John, watch him get this rebound, great rebound, but watch him lower his left shoulder right there.
Yeah.
And when you lower that, that's an easy call for a referee. If he would have kept it straight, he could have just done a little jump hook. That would have been a beautiful play. But a nice job by Mulba taking the charge and a nice job by the referee. I think that was the right call.
Yeah. So we stay at 40-39. Tardif came in when Okonkwo got that 4th foul into the hands of Tyson. Trying to take it at the basket. Tough shot, not good. Rebounded by Champlin Park. Into the hands of Tampa. Entry pass to John. A little up and over Tardif, and he gets fouled to go to the line for 2.
And the difference was he didn't lower his shoulder there. He just had a turn. I thought the move that would have been available was that spin back to his left. The defense is playing to his right over his left shoulder there. But a nice job. And I'll tell you the other thing, Osseo's done a nice job in the second half. Nothing in transition for Champlin Park. They're doing a great job of sprinting back. Tampa had a nice opportunity maybe for a fast break, but just nowhere to go as he saw a lot of white jerseys getting back on defense.
Second one and rattles out. Osseo continues to lead by 1.
We saw that in the first half. There must be something with that rim down on this end because we've seen a couple that have rimmed in and out.
Johnson Falla and into the hands of Mulba. Now Tyson with it. Richardson back to Mulba.
And it certainly didn't look like, John, that Osseo was going to be able to hold Champlin Park below 60 points with the way they started. But defensively, they picked up the intensity.
Foul's going to be on Benedetto here. Both teams now in the 1-and-1. First foul on Otto will send Mulba to the line. The throw is off and rebounded by John. Champlin Park, we have played nearly 11 minutes, just 7 points in the second half. And Strong has it taken away. Mulba throws it down.
I'll tell you what, Mulba showed his quickness. You see him attack Josiah Strong there. Gets the steal and then shows his athleticism. Only 6'3". He powers a slam home. And the biggest lead of the night for Osseo. They are up by 3.
Strong three-point shot, not good. Rebounded by Tardif. How about this turnaround in the second half? Osseo has played well on both ends of the court. Page for 3. Short, rebounded by Moba.
Yeah, and I thought that was a quick shot, too. You got all the momentum. That's where Emmett Page, you want to make Champlin Park take some time off that clock, maybe make you foul. And there's a turnover. They had Zach Tyson on the back door. The ball just a little bit too low. Yeah, watch Richard Mulba here attack that Josiah Strong. Quick hands. And then look at the big fella get up and hammer it down, and that'll fire your crowd, your bench, your teammates, everybody up. Beautiful play.
Otto on the block to John. Travel.
Yep. You saw that he moved both feet before he put that dribble down. I'll tell you what, John, you know, of all the teams we cover, Richard Mulba, you know, stat-wise, probably isn't going to get a whole lot of attention. I would maybe take him on my team over anyone else just because he does all the little stuff. Great rebounder. Looks like he's a great teammate. He hustles, he plays defense. He's the kind of teammate everybody would want on their team.
Mobile, as you say that, he turns the ball over strong, and then he got back though on defense. So I spoke too soon. Otto to Strong for a 3. Off the mark again. Rebounded by John, who takes it up and in.
What would Champlin Park be in this game without Alex John here tonight? Just doing everything. Great job. He's in double figures. And, you know, Richard Mulba, bad pass on one end, doesn't hang his head, doesn't quit, sprints down, gets a beautiful block. Just a fun player, fun game to watch. You can tell every possession starting to matter for both of these teams.
Shot up and in on the baseline.
Well, Emmett Page he uses his body so well. He's not that big, but he blocks his body, able to get those shots off when it looks like there's just nowhere to go.
16 points for Page, 10 in the second half. Otto gets his first basket of the second half. He had 11 at halftime, a timeout for Champlin Park. And it's a 1-point game again.
It looked like he lost his balance a little bit, didn't it? It was a flat shot, but a nice move and able to get it down. And see what I mean? There's just nowhere to go, and he shields the defender off and able to kind of bring that ball back. He's such a good finisher, and it just nice pace again here. And then, yeah, it looked like a little awkward leap there, but still Bennett. No, that wasn't Bennett Otto. I think it was Jared Walter that got the shot to drop there. So a nice play by Walter, big basket, and kind of back and forth we go. The last, 4 minutes and 53 seconds. For me, it's going to come down to which stars are going to show up here. Is it going to be Tyson? Is it going to be Page? Or are we going to see Josiah Strong start to enforce his will? And again, look at the three-point shooting. Now it's kind of flipped. You got 2 for 11 for Champlin Park, 4 for 16. Remember, they were 1 for 11 in the first half, so they're 4 for 5 in the second half. And the other discrepancy, look at the free throws, 13 attempts versus 6. And the defense is picked up for Osseo as well. Champlin Park shot 60% in the first half. They are down to 45%. So it's starting to become where every possession really matters. You want to make sure you get good shots, no turnovers. It should be a fun finish.
That basket by Jared Walter, his first points of the night. So Otto still, correctly, Brian, has not scored here in the second half, and Strong just 2. Buckle up. Here we go. 4:53 to go. A 1-point game. Kelvin Tappa out on Page. Defended him really well in that first half. Pass to the wing, and Otto able to extend as the defender out there. Paulo was trying to catch that pass, and it's turned over by Osseo. Now it's in the hands of Otto. Walter to Strong. Corner to Tampa. Otto back into the hands of Jared Walter. Patient possession here for the Rebels. Otto drive will give it off for Walter. Remains 44-43. We come down to 4 minutes left in the second half. Strong. Open three for Walter. Not good. And kept alive. Tampa can't get the shot to go from a tough angle there. Rebounded by Moba. And then Page held up wisely on offense, and Tampa just ran him over. Not on purpose, but he had nowhere to go.
And actually a really smart play by Emmett Page, knowing the defender probably wouldn't be able to stop. Being in the bonus, that's a free chance here. Look at him stop, and obviously accidental contact, but a hard foul. I thought that effort by Kelvin Tampa, John, phenomenal to get that offensive rebound. Should have kicked it back out, reset, try to get a better shot. Instead, he kind of forced it on that putback. And also interesting, too, you see right now Carlston McKenzie in the game. Alex John going out of the game, probably just to get a quick breather, but Alex John been so effective offensively tonight. They need another scorer. Champlin Park does.
You know, Heidi was that play by Page. He makes both free throws.
Yeah, smart play. You know,
again by 3.
Well, and listen to it. It doesn't always come down to who's more talented. A lot of it is who is smarter, who has the moxie to make smart decisions and doesn't get rattled by nerves or the big moment.
Yeah, Rebels have definitely forced some shots here in the second half. Osseo's defended them better. Strong can't get that one to go. Back come the Orioles. Richardson on the attack. Now he'll pull it out. Strong gets back on defense. They had a 5-on-4 briefly there.
Yep, smart play. Didn't have anything great. Take some time off. Let's get a great shot. Josiah Strong, I thought, made a heck of a move there, just unable to finish.
Page drives in from the corner. Okonkwo to the basket. Offensive foul, and he'll foul out on that play.
How about Josiah Strong sensing that the contact was coming? Okonkwo was going to attack the basket, got his feet set, and took the big charge. That's big, because if that's a made basket, John, that's a 5-point lead with under 3 minutes left.
Okonkwo hoping that's not his last moment of high school basketball. His team can hold this lead here as a senior. Strong with the ball in his hands. His team trailing by 3. 2:40 to go, and we get a foul on Rich. Oh, it's going to be on Strong.
What? What did they call, John? They call a push-off on that? Or you see Coach Tuxer, I read his lips. He said, that is unbelievable. I thought that was a for sure reach-in. Wow.
Back into the hands of Osseo. Nurse this lead here down to 2:25 to play.
Well, and if you're Osseo, John, what you got going for you is you got the clock and you're in the bonus. So you're in no hurry. Take care of the basketball, make them come out and foul you, and there's going to be a timeout for Osseo. Yeah, that last possession, Josiah Strong was driving, and I thought Cornell Richardson, it looked like he reached in and they were going to call a foul, which would have been big because that would have sent Josiah Strong to the free throw line for 1-and-1. And instead, it appeared they called an offensive foul. Great job by our crew here showing this. You see that left arm was definitely extended, but man, I thought that was after the contact.
Right.
Right. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
It's a much closer call the second time around.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
From our angle, I couldn't see that extension of his left arm. But and again, I always say when a referee can see that, when you extend that, it's a much easier call for him.
Certainly right in front of him.
Yep. So hats off to him. I guess I don't disagree as much.
Richardson back out to Moba, back into the hands of Tyson. 2 minutes to play in the second half.
Yeah, and if you're Champlin Park, you don't want to foul, obviously, Zach Tyson. I wouldn't foul Emmett Page. You want to get Richard Mulba. If he gets the ball, that's who you definitely want to try to foul. You can see they were trying to.
Seeley did. He came out late and commits the foul. It's interesting because sometimes referees will let that call go.
If you don't have the ball.
Right, Seeley had already released the ball.
Yep.
Or I mean, Mulba rather. Seeley definitely fouled him, and a lot of times they won't call that, but they did here. And so forces Mulba to the line.
Yeah, with this lineup out there, you want to either foul Fala, number 30, or number 14, Richard Mulba. 0 for 3 tonight on the line, and there's a big miss right there.
Walter rebounds, hands it to Otto. Don't need a 3 here.
Nope.
Here's Josiah Strong. Now he'll pull up, shoot a 3.
I told you it was going to come down to the stars, right? And that was Josiah Strong, who's really struggled offensively. He really had to work. That's only his 10th point of the night for a guy that averages almost 23 a game. But how about that move, John? I mean, he froze the defender. Watch this ball handling. Just enough, and beautiful shot. That stroke looked pure right from the get-go. And I think it was their first 3 here in the second half, correct? Yeah. Just hasn't been able to find the mark, but he picked a great time to nail his first 3-pointer of the half. And it's a big 3. It ties the ball game up at 46. Wow.
Winner again will take on either top seed at Park Center or 4th seed Spring Lake Park. Those teams waiting in the wings to play the second semifinal here.
Well, and a pretty neat thing. There's a good look at the coaches right there. Neil Swanson really is kind of their offensive coordinator, if you will. He draws up their actions and their plays. And what I love that he does with this group of kids for Osseo is they know that Tyson's a 3-point shooter, right? So you're going to see some action where they overhelp, and he'll have a tendency then to slip a big guy. Let's see if they look for some type of action like that. You know, my guess is they're, probably going to take some time off the clock and then try to get an easy basket if they can. They still got 2 timeouts remaining as well. But what more could you ask for on our part here? Just an awesome game.
Osseo now in the double bonus if they should get to the line again. Champlin Park still in the 1-and-1 for 1 more foul.
Then you think, too, if you're Champlin Park, you just foul Richard Mulba, right? I mean, 0 for 4. Hasn't been that close on free throws. Or do you take the risk of just saying, hey, we're going to play defense and whatever happens?
I think you have to play defense right now. And
I think Osseo might be content here to just take time off the clock. And I bet if they are able to get it down to 20 or 25 seconds, maybe use another timeout and get kind of their final action drawn up.
And now Walter fouls Fala. So they are going to do kind of what you were saying. They foul Johnson Fala and force him to try to score.
No, and I don't think Fala shot a free throw tonight.
No.
But interesting decision. But we'll see how it plays out. But it could, is certainly a strategy I was contemplating as well.
Missed the free throw.
Yep.
4th foul on Walter. Now,
do you roll the,
out, right?
The difference is, does he make one and he misses them both, so it paid off, but that's the payoff, or do you take your chance guarding Emmett Page and Zach Tyson? And I like that strategy, a gutsy call by Coach Tucker that paid off.
Now let's see what Champlin Park does. If they hold the ball and then get a late timeout, or just hold it and then go for 1 shot here. We are down to 30 seconds to go in the second half.
I think they're going to be content to take time off the clock here and probably get a timeout. You got to be careful of a 5-second call. Nice job by Josiah Strong there to break those 5-second counts. There's a timeout with 17.9 seconds left on the game clock. What a finish. What a call by Coach Tucker. It's funny because I was just thinking that with the way Mulba shot, Fala, not a great shooter, but is that what you're looking to do? And he did it, and it paid off. And now you got a chance. If nothing else, you want to make sure you take the last shot. The worst thing that could happen, John, you go into overtime.
Champlin Park out of timeouts. Osseo still has 2 remaining. And this is how we like to have them in the postseason, right?
It is, and I'm going to guess that, if you're Champlin Park, you're going to get Josiah Strong somehow with the ball, looking to attack. I wouldn't bring a high pick and roll because that allows, Osseo the chance to maybe double team him and force the ball out of his hands. I'm trying to spread the floor, get some good movement so that the help defense maybe has to go with another player, and I expect Josiah Strong to win or lose, win or if worse, go to overtime. But my guess is he'll be the primary ball handler and playmaker here.
Bennett Otto will inbound. "17 seconds to go in regulation."
Well, keep in mind, too, Champlin Park is in the bonus, so you can't really foul. Oh, God, you got to get the ball in. Oh,
5-second count. They were out of timeouts, and they can't get the ball in, and it's over to Osseo. Wow.
I did not like that play call. They had Josiah Strong working the baseline. That's a hard angle to make that play. I would have just made sure you got the ball, and you had plenty of time to run him off a screen and get him the ball. Man, what a big defensive play by Osseo, and what a mistake on the other end. Wow.
You gotta get the ball in.
But you know what I mean? When you got the ball there, they were trying to get the ball to the corner. That's easy to defend that. That's a hard pass to make. I would have had Josiah Strong in the backcourt and everyone else down and thrown over the top. And worst thing, he's got the ball. He's got the full length of the court with plenty of time to get into your offense or whatever type of action you wanted to set.
Now it's Osseo.
Yep.
Either win it or go to overtime.
My guess is you're gonna see Zach Tyson running off some type of screen or multiple screens. Use that as a decoy and try to let Emmett Page maybe off the dribble. He's so good at attacking, and remember, he does a great job of drawing fouls as well, and he's hard to defend. That's what I would be looking for. The other thing that you see a lot of with Osseo is, again, they're trying to get Zach Tyson free. He's coming off. The defense jumps out to that. You see a little slip screen for an easy layup. If you're Champlin Park, do you then go into that foul again? Do you foul Fala or Malma at this point, or you just say,
I think there's
we're rolling the dice?
Not enough time left.
Yeah. Now, if you're Osseo, the nice thing, you still got one timeout left. So if you get to that 3-4 second count out of bounds, you can still have a timeout to use.
And there were a couple times earlier in this half when I said Otto just beat the 5 count on the inbound. That time unable to.
You know, and that's where at worst you got to throw it up. Rather than have that, you got to at least give your player a chance to do that.
Here we go. Cornell Richardson with the ball. Richardson driving. Comes out off to Tyson, trying to crawl around the screen. Tough shot. And he traveled.
Yep.
We had 0.6 left. See if they put any more time up. I don't know that they will.
And again, I would have liked to see Emmett Page get that ball attacking the basket. That's a hard ask when you're being doubled like that for a shooter sprinting to your right.
They're to put, I think they're going to put exactly 1 second on. The referees conferred. Still says 0.6 here in the gym. Still doesn't give you much. I mean, it's going to catch in a very quick shoot. Nope, not putting any more time up. Otto will lob it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. The ball hit the top.
He hit the netting here.
Wow.
And it's over to Osseo.
That is
timeout by Osseo.
2 very big mistakes for Champlin Park coming out of bounds plays. Watch this ball. I mean, ball hits clearly at the top. Wow, I just don't understand that.
I saw that happen in what turned out to be Blake Hoffarber's last game as a high school player. Remember, as a sophomore, he hit that big shot to win the state championship. They're playing a game against at Wayzata against Minnetonka, I want to say. Same thing. He's inbounding from the baseline, and they have a similar type thing. Hits that. Ball turned over. Ball game.
Yeah.
Never got a chance to get a shot off.
You hope for Champlin Park that doesn't end their season here. Obviously, a 0.6. It's got to be
not a lot here to work with.
Very quick, but still, you want to make sure you go into overtime there. You got to know that.
Fala shift on the inbound, and we go to overtime. So
turned out okay. But how about, I mean, Osseo's defense in the second half. Champlin Park had 32 points in the first half. They finished the regulation with 46 points.
Yeah, 14 second half points. Orioles able to hold the Rebels to. And they put up 28 and we go to overtime. I don't know that anyone's favorite to this point. A lot of times when you see a team make a late charge, you think, well, they've got all the momentum, and pretty it's right up in the air.
No, I just go back to, you got to get that ball in bounds. Champlin Park had the ball with 16 seconds left with a great offensive player in Josiah Strong. You got to at least give him a shot to win that for you, especially after, remember the play before that, he had that beautiful move, hit that big three to tie it. No, is it 2 minute overtimes? Is that 4 minutes? 4 minutes, yeah. You know, so that's plenty of time. You don't go into a stall offense right away. You're still looking to attack. And I always think, too, if you can get that first basket, whoever takes the lead, obviously first in overtime, I think always has such an advantage because then you can play off of that. You score first, get a stop, then you can go into a stall. And remember, too, Osseo shooting the double bonus, Champlin Park in the bonus.
John certainly has the height advantage. You think he would give the Rebels a chance for the first possession on Mulba. And it is, well, briefly in the hands of Otto. What do I know? It's over to Osseo. They've got the first possession.
You know, that's Benedetto's got to take care. He's got to get that possession. Richard Mulba just out-hustled him to that spot there.
Mulba, here's a three ball way off the mark. Page gets the weak side rebound, not good, and rebounded by Tappa.
Was that Alex John that got the block on that? It was hard to see, or if he just missed that. I think it was blocked, but big time recovery. It looked like Emmett Page had a clear layup.
Strong as Mulba popped out on him briefly.
That's why I would just get the picker out of there and let Josiah go one-on-one. Yep, nice job getting him out of there.
Strong starting a drive, a little floater from 12, not good, tipped up, not good. Strong gets it back again, that won't go, and rebounded by Mulba. Tyson into the front court. Three-point shot off the mark and rebounded by Tappa. How about quick threes on the first two possessions for Osseo?
Well, if you're Champlin Park, you'll gladly let Johnson Fowler shoot a quick three in transition all day long. Not a smart decision on that one.
At this end, Strong and the Rebels had a couple of good looks at it last time. Tappa for three. Hits the side of the basket, gets the ball, and a foot out of bounds. And it's back over to Osseo.
Well, we've seen a couple of shaky possessions by both teams here to start overtime. You're starting to feel the weight and the magnitude that, beautiful play.
Tappa took it, who's the last off of, and we get a foul on Osseo.
Well, how about Kelvin Tappa that time on the switch, playing the passing lane, got the steal. He's had a great game defensively. Look at him get that, and you can see, there was definitely some contact, the slap there. And again, that's going to put Kelvin Tappa on the free throw line with a big one-on-one to put his team ahead. And they haven't had the lead here in quite a while. They had it for most of the game, and then Osseo stormed back to take that lead.
Tappa misses it and rebounded by Mulba. And we stay tied at 46. No points yet in overtime in the first minute 45. Here's Page. Comes across, draws a double team, in some trouble. And traveled.
Or double dribble. That's where you got to stay strong. You got two guys on you. You got to get rid of it. Get it to the open man. Don't force the referee to make a foul call. Referees have a tendency to swallow their whistles in overtime. They don't want their call to be a reason a team wins or loses, especially in the playoffs like this. They want the play and the players to determine it.
Walter will hand it back to Strong.
I still think there's plenty of time, John, where you don't got to worry about.
Strong lost it out of bounds.
No, that was tipped. Nice strong move here. No, that was hit. Excellent
call. It was
call.
hit by Osseo, and then Strong touched the last.
Yep. They're just making it so hard for Josiah Strong. He's just not able to get that lane all the way to the basket. Neither team scored here in the overtime, John.
All right, down to minute 20 to go in OT. Tyson will hand it off to Richardson. Richardson trying to attack, tough pass. Ball on the floor. Orioles somehow able to keep it alive. Page attacks to the basket, scores, and is fouled.
Oh, that's huge. Great job, Emmett Page. You see him shield the ball and the defender. Watch him get his body to Benedetto there. Uses the contact. Beautiful finish. And I think he recognizes how important that first basket was and a chance to go up 3. I told you Emmett Page had to be in the high teens or low 20s. And there, that's his 21st point after scoring, I think, 6 in the first half. So he's got 15 here in the second half in overtime. He's really stepped up his offensive game.
Rebels down 3, a minute to go. They've got the basketball. Trying to come back one more time. Strong with the big 3 late in regulation.
Well, let's see if he looks to pull here again off the dribble, and he does.
Deep 3 and hits another one.
Deja vu from regulation. Down 3. That one, the only difference, John, that was about 4 feet deeper. But he's got that great little hesitation, freezes the defender. And do you think this guy's fired up? And do you think he's a gamer? Wow. Oh. They look like young Ariel Mcdonald's out there shooting the basketball.
Ariel's going to call game 2 with Jay here. Look how deep he is there.
You know what I love too, and great offensive players do it. He was calling the ball screen over. He had no intention of using it. All that is to get that defender for a second to look, start thinking about it. You freeze him, hands down, shot goes up, and he's fired out. That's the second big dagger he's hit to tie the ball game. And really about the same time, I mean, what was there, about a minute and a half or 2 minutes left? In regulation, down 3. And he hit that big 3. He struggled getting to the basket, but man, has he made a couple of big perimeter jump shots. What a game. What a fun game to be a part of. Now with 42 seconds left, do you think Coach Tucker goes back to fouling Mulba, you know, or Fala? We saw that in regulation, and it paid off. You know, obviously that's a dangerous call, but, you know, otherwise you got to defend Emmett Page, and you got to defend, you know, Tyson with a 3-pointer, those possibilities. So interesting to see. There's so much, that's what's so great about basketball too. There's just so much strategy and so much that you can do that you never know if it's the right thing or not. But what a big time game. These kids are just a blast.
Cornell Richardson, sophomore, slowly into the front court. We're down to 35 seconds to go. Tyson to Page. Page. Under 25 to go. Osseo has 1 timeout remaining.
See if they get it down to about 12 seconds again and use a timeout, or if they already have their set action. No, he's going to get a timeout.
And he does get the timeout with 8.7 seconds to go.
Now, last time they had this opportunity, they were trying to run Zach Tyson off of a staggered double screen to try to get him a 3. I'd like to see them try to get the hands, you know, the ball to Emmett Page. Use Zach Tyson as a decoy. Get the defense going there. See if Emmett Page can use that quickness and his body control, either draw in contact, or we've seen him time and time again being a great finisher at the basket.
How good is this? Each team with 3 points here in the overtime. The traditional 3-point play by Page, and then Strong with that deep 3 to tie it back up. And now for Osseo, same situation we had at the end of regulation, presumably, although you never know. We've had some weird whistles at the end of regulation that you either win it or you go to a second overtime here.
Well, 0 timeouts, so obviously you got to get the ball in bounds. That's your first priority, but the thing you're telling your team is, again, just like Champlin Park, we thought had that opportunity, is worst thing that happens if you're Osseo, we go into double overtime. No turnovers. Don't shoot with, 6 seconds left. Let's make it be the last shot. We're either going to win this or we're going to go into double overtime.
Johnson Fala, the inbounder for the Orioles. Into the hands of Page.
I like it. I like it.
An attack on Tampa, shot up, short, rebounded, and we'll go to second overtime.
I love the play call there, and I thought that was just excellent defense too. Great defense, playing with your hands up, forcing him into a tough shot. I would have liked to have seen Emmett Page get a little bit more momentum going where he's got that quickness. But I just thought that was very well defended. Excellent job by Kelvin Tampa. I mean, he had his hands straight up. He didn't give an inch. And he forced Emmett Page into a really difficult shot. If Emmett Page would have made that, they deserved to win the ball game because that would have been a tough shot. So here we are, JJ gearing up for overtime number 2.
Our crew doesn't get a break for game 2. We get to relax and stay and watch. But it's another game still to come here. Park Center and Spring Lake Park is filled up nicely here at Maple Grove. The winners play Friday night at Rogers High School. We got state girls basketball coming up starting Wednesday at the Target Center. Maple Grove, one of the schools that will be represented in the Class 4A field. And we'll see Maple Grove boys later this week. They'll play Buffalo for the Section 8 4A championship Thursday night up at Monticello High School. Well,
fun time of year, right? And the biggest thing I think is because the games matter so much. It's not just a regular season Tuesday night. You know, this is a Tuesday. This is your, you know, for seniors, this is maybe the last time they ever play basketball. And, you know, it just matters so much. And that's what makes these games so fun to call and to be a part of.
Bounds will jump it again. They weren't sure who that one off of, Fowler or Otto, and so we'll do it again.
Well, if I'm Champlin Park, you got the clear advantage here with Alex John jumping. You got to get, you got to know where you're going with the basketball. You got to see where the matchup is. Where do you have two guys next to each other so you know that you're going to win that? Alex John's got to look. He's got to know right where he wants to go with the ball.
And this time he goes back and gets a great
smart job.
Walter.
Yep.
Into the hands of Strong as we start overtime number 2.
Yeah, I think if you can get the ball first, you can put some pressure on and get a nice bucket. You really can control the pace and kind of play what you want in the overtime.
Josiah Strong, defended by Richardson, hands it off now to Otto. Bennett Otto driving, nice dish off for John. Lost the ball on the floor as he's trying to go up with that, out of bounds. And it was kicked by John. It's over to Osseo. Oh, they're going to call a foul on John.
Oh, wow. I thought he called a kick.
Apparently they called him for kicking.
Well, that's where Bennett Otto, I'd like to see him take that shot, right? He got into the heart. He's got that nice little fade and jump stop, a good pace to his shot. Instead, dips it off, and Alex John, who's been very good all game long that time, just couldn't quite make the catch and finish. Let's see, the ball's on the floor here.
Yeah, he kind of extended his leg up a little bit and tripped Page up. Page, no, free throw not good. They'll get another one though. They're in the double bonus. Trying to get the first point here of overtime number 2. Second one is good. Osseo by 1. Battled back from down 14. Took the lead partway through that second half. Here's Otto trying to attack and throw it away. Taken by Page on the steal, and he hits foul.
Oh, wow. What a finish. I thought was doing the right thing there, making sure Emmett Page did not get that shot off. Somehow Emmett Page gathered himself. And remember too, JJ, he's left-handed. Watch him finish with his offhand. Looked like the ball just slipped out of Bennett Otto, but watch right how he was even able to get that off and then to get that spin on it as well, knowing that from that angle. That was a big-time play. Wow.
Page completes a three-point play, and Osseo leads it by 4. Still plenty of time for Champlin Park. 3 minutes to go in the second overtime.
It's a foul.
Strong gets fouled.
I was going to say, that's been happening all overtime. There's lots of contact there. Josiah Strong just got to go through that, and he's got to let the referee know he's getting bumped like that. And that's going to be two free throws, double bonus.
Rattles the first one in. Second one also good.
That was a big.
53-51.
If he doesn't score there, he misses those, it's still 4 points. You know Osseo is going to go into a stall. Then it kind of changes the whole game plan. Now being down one basket, you just got to defend.
Tyson defended by Strong. Page pops out for it. Page will attack. Tough shot, not good. Ball knocked free. Fowler couldn't take it, and it's in the hands of Strong.
Nice
Lobbing
pass.
it down low.
Oh.
John gets fouled to go to the line for two. Good
Big
foul, I
foul.
think.
Yeah, great foul. You got to finish that. That's Josiah Strong hanging in the air that time. Beautiful pass. He definitely was contact, but that's where you, when you're 6'7", you got to finish that ball. That's got to be an and one.
John missed his 2 free throws in the second half, made his 2 in the second. Now 3 of 5 for the game, trying to tie it up with this one.
Oh, those are big free throws.
Second one comes out, and lead is 1. Tyson with the rebound. Back into the hands of Zach Tyson. The corner, Mulva.
Yep.
Timeout.
No, we're going to get a foul.
We got a foul.
Well, Mulva struggled from the free throw line all game long, and that time Mark Tuchter's saying we're not going to risk Emmett Page getting a lane to the basket or Zach Tyson fouling him and putting him at the line. Let's roll the dice here and make Richard Mulva beat us from the free throw line. 0 for 4 today.
Way short.
Yep.
Mulva trying to put his team back up by 2. Stronger this time. Around and in.
Gets it. Nice shot. Nice job for that young man. He's had such a great game. Other than the free throws, he's just been phenomenal. Hustle, defense, offensively as well. He's got 5 points, but a number of big rebounds and some great defense.
2-point game. Inside of 2 minutes to play in the second overtime. Strong. Tappa go baseline off to John, had it ripped away. Back out to Otto. He'll drive.
Yep.
And we're going to get a blocking foul whistled on Osseo.
When you give Osseo credit, they're trying to take the charge. They're taking away the lanes there. Definitely contact. That's one that's going to go the offensive way most times. You put Bennett Otto, who's a good shooter, but I don't think he's been to the line here tonight.
No, not at a point since the first half.
It's 11 big points in the first half. Went scoreless. Kind of struggled there in the second half. Had a couple of turnover, that big turnover here to start the second overtime where Emmett Page got the 3-point play out of it. But still, with all that, Champlin Park 1 free throw away from tying this game up again.
Alex John out. Carlston McKenzie, the 4th, back in, and Otto ties it up.
Those are two about as pure as you can get from the free throw line.
So possession for Osseo, but now a tie game.
Well, Mulva's still in there. You go back to the well again, or you just, now that it's tied, play defense?
Fala to Richardson, and into the hands of Page. Let a little clock run, but maybe, yeah, you go back to that strategy again. You foul Fala or Mulva. We'll see. We're under a minute to go now. Page starting to drive and then back into the hands of Richardson. 55 seconds to play in the second overtime. Richardson starts to drive and comes back out with a paid pass to Fala. Page pops out for the ball. HT 1 timeout granted here in each overtime, so each team with 1 timeout left.
Well, it looks like Osseo is going to try to get that down probably to 10 to 15 seconds again and see if they can have a final shot to win this game again. 25
seconds to go.
Yeah, Coach Tyson's right in the ear of the referee, probably telling them that about it. Usually, last time it was about 8 seconds to go. Let's see if they do that again. Yep.
Timeout with
12 seconds left on the clock. I feel like we've been in this spot before, JJ. I think this is the third time Osseo had the ball with about this much time remaining with a chance to win the game.
Well, what do you call this time? You try to get the ball. You had a pretty good shot at the end of the first overtime. Tough, kind of contested shot by Page, but
I do the same thing. I think their best option is to get him going to the basket. What I would tell him is he didn't get a lot of momentum going, so that allowed Tappa to just stay with him. Get him ahead of steam, have him make a quick move and free some space up and get a good look at it. Again, I think you use Zach Tyson as a decoy coming off like you're looking for that, and you try to get movement and spacing. And Emmett Page, who's just been phenomenal, 25 points in the game. Remember, he had 6 at halftime, so he's really been your offensive go-to guy here in the second half. I think if he can get a head of steam going, get his momentum, use his quickness, he's pretty unstoppable going to the basket. That's your best option. You know, and I always think, too, when you defensively, Coach Tucker, you come out now in like a zone and just completely throw them off because there's no timeouts left. So you know they have something designed to go against man-to-man. That's when I always like to switch our defense up a little bit and force them into a little chaos because you know they're prepared to go man-to-man. You come out in a 1-3-1 or 2-3, it would completely throw Osseo off their game.
Inbound to Page.
And you're going to see Tyson come off the baseline, I'm guessing here.
10 seconds to go. Page driving left. They did at the end of the last overtime. Step back 3 for Page. Not good. Rebounded by foul at the buzzer. Osseo wins in double overtime. Johnson follow his only basket all night, and it wins it for the Orioles. (56-54) in double overtime. Johnson falling in the right spot. Page, tough 3, a little step back 3, didn't go. There's number 30 underneath, puts it up and out.
Well, that's the advantage. You take that shot with a couple seconds left. You allow for that opportunity. And great rebound. Johnson Fala just attacked it and shot that and banks it in as time's expiring. What a finish. What a game.
Well, in a tough game, always, whoever loses this game, you always feel bad for the kids who are seniors. This is it.
Yep.
You know, Josiah Strong will go on and play next year, and then these other guys will maybe play some. Look at this last play again. Now look at Fala, fights for the rebound, gets it, and puts it in.
Well, he did a great job. He didn't rush it, knowing he had a little bit of time, came down, gathered himself. He uses the glass and his first basket of the night. And what a great feeling for that young man, and great feeling for Osseo.
56-54 and 2 overtimes. So Osseo will play for a section championship Friday night at Rogers High School against either Park Center or Spring Lake Park. Pirates certainly the favorite going into this second semifinal here tonight. They've been waiting around a while before they can take the floor against the Panthers, and right now everybody's got to clear the floor before anybody can take any warm-ups out here for game 2.
They got big shoes to fill to match the first game of the doubleheader. That was just back and forth. Osseo, remember, down 14 at half, stormed out of the gates in the second half. Kind of had control of the game. Champlin Park fought back. Josiah Strong hitting a couple of huge threes to keep his team alive, and we go into double overtime, and I think Champlin Park, there's a good look at Mark Tucker, is obviously very disappointed in it. But.
Well, and right to his left, you can't see him there, as Josiah Strong just can't even get himself moved off the bench. Let's go down. Ariel standing by with a couple of winning and very happy Osseo Orioles.
Are you kidding me? Happy is an understatement. Let's jump right into it. Johnson Fala, take us through that rebound put back for the win in double OT.
Well, Coach ran a great play for us to run. I was just blessed to be in a great spot to help my team win the game.
Those are the only 22 points you put up all game. It was kind of a slow game for you particularly, but describe the emotion as this advances you to the championship.
Well, we knew not to quit. Coach preached every game not to give up and keep playing. And after missing those 2 free throws, I felt bad for myself, and then I ended up making it up in the end.
When you guys played Champlin Park 2 months ago, it was almost a similar situation. How did these 2 games compare?
Well, we knew to fight back because in the first half, they were pretty much kicking our butt, and we just knew not to give up and keep playing strong.
Congratulations on an incredible winning shot right there. We're going to bring it over to Emmett Page. You can head off there, Johnson. So here's the deal. If we go all the way back to the first half, you guys were almost shut out. 18 points. You guys were being torn down defensively. Talk about that first half and how you guys changed your game in the second.
Well, I feel like we took the first punch pretty hard, and then we knew to come harder second half.
Talk about the intensity of even the final minute of regulation, because the final minute was crazy. You had a 5-second turnover, then there was a rafter ball hit, there was a travel, and then it went into OT.
I think it was very hectic. Knew that we had to show a lot of heart and effort for the win.
Emmett, not every person here thought that Osseo was going to overtake Champlin Park for the second time. What does this win say about your team?
It means a lot. It means that we're destined for everything and we're ready to roll.
Congratulations. Go take a breather.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, great game, great second half, and on 2 overtimes especially. Tough loss for Champlin Park. They had that long winning streak coming into tonight, but they finished the season 22-6.
Yeah, great season, and again, Champlin Park, it seems like every year is such a great team, and the years seem to end in heartbreak. One of these years, Coach Tucker is going to get them over the edge because they've been about as consistent as a program can be over the last 5 or 6 years. And again, Coach Tyson and his staff and Osseo Orioles, they just somehow find a way to get it done, and they're moving on 1 game away from the state tournament.
Osseo now 22-6. They'll play Friday night at Rogers High School for the Section 5 4A championship. For Ryan Iverson, Allie Alton, all of our great crew here, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in. 2 overtimes tonight. Osseo survives in advance. They win it over Champlin Park 56-54.